Hello, Christina's World Kitchen. I'm Christina Martinez-Williams, and I am going to make an amazing dinner tonight. It is beef enchiladas, and I'm really excited to make these for you with you. I want to know who likes enchiladas. Put like them in the comments. If you do not like them, leave them in the comments, and make sure you heart, share, like this video, save it to a collection that you can create that's Christina's World Kitchen or high protein, low carb. And you're going to want to make these. So, what kind of enchiladas do you like? These are beef. You could make them with chicken if you would prefer. Tell me if you would prefer chicken. I'm going to do them with ground beef. So I have 2 pounds of ground beef that I am breaking up. And I have 1 onion that is already diced, and I had it frozen. So I didn't have to do that preparation, which is amazing. And I am, you can't see it. I need to move this. Tell me where you're watching from. It's right here. It's frozen, so I got to break it up. My onion, and then mix it. Tell me where you're watching from. If you like enchiladas, say like them in the comments. If you don't like them, leave them in the comments. And if you like them, make sure you share this. If you have tried any of my recipes so far and liked any of them, you're going to want to share it. You're going to want to save it at the very least. At the very least, give me hearts and thumbs up. And tell me where you're watching from. All right, I walked twice today, and it was cold. Like I had got this headscarf from Ecuador that comes like right across like this, so you can only see my eyes. Maybe you've seen my stories. And it keeps me a lot warmer. And I have electric socks, and I have electric hand warmers that I have not found yet, so I need to find those so that I can wear those. Hi, Debbie. Hello, hello. All right. Now I'm going to, this part of the recipe is it does not have specifics, but the rest of it does. So I have 2 pounds of beef, 1 onion chopped, diced, and I am going to pass my pink salt through my beef once, my black pepper through my beef, like this. It's not coming out very fast. If it was coming out faster, I would go through it faster. Once, and my granulated garlic once. If you want to use minced garlic, you are welcome to. And then I'm going to mix it. Beef, chicken, and cheese. Yum. Yes. These are going to be amazing beef enchiladas. Ground beef enchiladas. And they're high protein and low carb. Now there's 2 ways, actually there's 3 ways, but I'm going to tell you 2 ways particularly. The other way requires a little bit more communication. But 2 ways, and one of them we're doing tonight. You can use my recipe for spinach tortillas and make them with my spinach tortillas. It works out great. We've got that photo bomber. He's in the house. He is in the house. And it requires a little bit more. So those are maybe some that you would make prior and then use later. Or you can make them at the same time. It just takes longer. I'm going to use Egg Life Wraps, the garden salsa. I didn't even see him until I looked up, and then, oh my goodness, he's right by my side. Garden salsa Egg Life Wraps. You can use any flavor that you want. That's what I'm going to use tonight instead of my spinach tortillas, but spinach tortillas of mine are a great option for making enchiladas. The other option that requires more communication is that of, what is it called? Like using leaves, like leaves of cabbage leaves. I can't think in English right now. Okay, now I'm going to not tolerate much spice, so I always add mine for my husband and I on our own portions. The Egg Life Wraps in the store, Debbie, I get mine at Aldi, and they are by the cheeses on the top shelf in a box. In other bigger grocery stores, I also find them usually in that same place, by the cheeses, or like in that part of the refrigerated section is where I find them. I know Target has them too. All right, this is getting closer to being cooked. I don't need it to be all the way cooked yet, but I do want it to I wanted to season it and get it partway cooked before I add the rest of these ingredients. There's gonna be a lot of veggies in here, which is awesome because veggies are awesome and so good for our bodies and the type of carbs that we want to have. All right. What did you guys do to move your bodies today? I would love to know. I walked, and it was cold, but I walked. And with other women, which makes it so much easier if I can talk while I'm walking and feel like I'm have company. It makes it a lot easier. Who do you walk with, or at least with a pet or something? If you're not, well, you can walk by yourself too. I've walked a lot by myself in cold weather even too. But it's always much more fun with people or with pets. I do not have any pets though. Do you have a pet that you walk with? I guess cats who can't really walk, but you could walk your dog. All right. Now this is just about cooked, not quite, but enough that I'm gonna add the rest of my ingredients to cook those. So I'm going to add a bag of cauliflower rice. I'm gonna reach across here to, get my scissors. This is 12 ounces of cauliflower rice. And I like to get all these clumps out first because it makes it so much easier. Like that one wasn't too hard. So I let it defrost, not for very long, just the amount of time that it takes me to prep the other things that I'm putting in my enchiladas. I already shredded. This would actually be a good time. I did it so that I could be ready for you guys. But this would be a good time for you to shred after you get all the rest of your veggies in here, to shred your cheese and make the sauce, because then you're using, it doesn't feel like so much time. So I recommend that order. Do this, just get your onion and your meat and your cauliflower, or your onion and your meat. While that's starting to cook, cut your other veggies. And then while that's cooking, shred your cheese and make the sauce. All right, so now that we have that mixed, now we're going to add the rest of the veggies, which is and I didn't say hi to Elliot. Hi, Elliot. Hi, Betty. Hi, Patricia. I have a yellow and orange. What colors would you use? You could use just green. You could use any two of the four colors. Four colors that exist. And then I have like 2 cups of chopped spinach. If you're using spinach tortillas, you're already using this when you make the tortillas. If you're using egg life wraps, you're not having spinach. So I added spinach because I'm not using my spinach tortillas. So I'm going to add all of this in. And then I'm going to mix that all around with my 2 spoons because I find it so much easier. Hi, Mia. Good to see you on here. Tell me where everyone is watching from. If you like enchiladas, put like them in the comments. If you don't like them, put leave them. Make sure you like, heart, share this video. Save it so that you can make it later. These are high protein, low carb tortilla enchiladas. And I'm using egg life wraps as the tortillas. Or you can use my spinach tortillas and then you won't have spinach in this part, because it uses the same amount of spinach. All right, now that that's all in there, I'm gonna let it cook. I'm gonna pass my salt, pepper, and garlic one more time since I just added a bunch of seasoning. Debbie, you're in Fort Worth, Texas. Hello. And Patricia, you've never had enchiladas. Oh my goodness, how exciting. Well, this is a good recipe for you to try then. You're gonna love them. All right, these are all just kind of pass it through once. It's to taste really, but I don't even taste it, I just do that. So if you follow what I do, it tastes good. All right, now I'm going to mix this. I might taste it after it's all cooked, but usually not. I'm pretty confident of how it's gonna turn out. Now we're gonna go move while this is cooking. We're gonna move and make this this sauce. So I already shredded my cheese, but that would be something that you could do now. And you're in Greene County, Pennsylvania. That's right, Patricia. I have 16 ounces of tomato sauce. The best option is gonna be one that's without salt. Awesome, Debbie. Without salt. And these are just cans of tomato sauce. You could make your own if you want also. That would be an option. And this, we're going to add some seasoning. So we're going to add a teaspoon of garlic powder. So we're creating our own enchilada sauces. There's enchilada sauces out there, but they usually have a lot of extra stuff in them, preservatives and things. So I like to control what I'm putting in mine, even though I know that this is a canned tomato sauce, but it's just tomato sauce. Now we're going to use 2 teaspoons of cumin. 1, 2. 2 teaspoons of pink salt. 1, 2. 2 teaspoons of oregano, which I think I am low on. I don't think I have 2 teaspoons worth, so we're going to put all that I have. 2 teaspoons of oregano and 2 teaspoons of chili powder. If you want it to be less, this is not going to make it very spicy, but if you are afraid that it might, then you could put just 1. I'm going to actually put just 1 because I'm not sure if the girls will be able to handle it. I think they will, but I'm not sure. Okay, gotta grab that lid. Now I'm going to mix this. This is going to be the sauce that's going to go into, sorry about that. My internet has been funky. It's really windy today though here. Who has snow already? We do not have snow, thank goodness. But it's cold and windy. How about you guys? Who already has snow? How much snow do you have? How cold is it? My brother lives in Minnesota, and I am glad that I do not live in Minnesota because I can't handle it. I grew up in Colorado, and Colorado is snows one day and 60 the next day and sunny 300 days of the year. That is if I have to have snow. Now, I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. I have my Pyrex 9x13 greased with avocado oil. And now I'm going to check on the meat, and then we just get to make it. You have a little trace, and yes, cold. Oh my goodness, Patricia. This is great recipe too, because whatever leftovers don't fit in the enchiladas themselves, or you could use all of it and make as many enchiladas as you want, or as much as the sauce allows you to make. But whatever's left is great for a second meal. Like you can use it as your lunch. You can preheat it as it's already a meal in itself. It's already a 1-pot meal right here. So it makes for a great, great leftover new meal. I also am going to eat my enchiladas with some avocado. It's cold there, Mary. Oh, goodness. Do you like the cold? I know that some people really like the cold. They prefer it. That is not me. I really like the sun and the warmth, but not too hot. All right, this is, I think this is just about cooked. So you want it to make sure that the meat is cooked for sure. And then you want the peppers to be, you don't like the cold. Oh, neither of you sisters like the cold. You want the peppers to be whatever softness that you want. I like them more soft than not for enchiladas, but you can do whatever you want. So I'm going to show you how to make one, and then I'm going to make them and just let it keep cooking while I make one, just so you can see. So, and I have already my, I already have my cheese shredded. So I'm going to make some room here so that you can see, and I can show you right here. This is not hot. So I have my Pyrex. The Pyrex is important. And I have my egg life wraps. normally I would just have a separate, like this, the meat in front of me, and then with my wraps and my cheese and my salsa, which maybe this is going to be easier. Let me do that so that I can show you. I think it's going to be easier for you to see. That way I can move you over here, and there's, that's easier. So we're going to go here. I'm going to bring over some of this. And we're going to make a couple of these. All right, I will use this. So these are the Egg Life wraps. They have new packaging. This is the garden salsa flavor, but the plain, the garlic and herb, any of those would be fine for this recipe. So let me move you a little bit. And what we're going to do is we're going to start with an Egg Life wrap. And we are going to put in this Egg Life wrap, we're going to put it like half like this. And we want to fill one half of it, but not that much, with our meat and our veggie mix, like this. Our meat and our veggies. And then we are going to add our sauce, but I'm going to use a little bit bigger scooper. I'm going to add our sauce. And we want to drape our sauce in it like this, in like a line. And then you're going to add some cheese on the inside, like this. I'm using cheddar cheese. You can use whatever flavor of cheese. What would you use? Put it in the comments. And then this is the part where you want to kind of, where these wraps in my tortillas, spinach tortillas. The spinach tortillas do get a little moist. These will be still moist, but a little bit more flexible. So you can kind of push this up, and then you roll it around. It definitely does get moist. And then you're going to push it to the side. And then you're going to take another Egg Life wrap. And you're going to do the same thing. And you want it right now, I can hear that it's cooking out some of the liquid of the cauliflower rice and the meat. I don't want it to be extra liquidy, so I'm kind of straining. I have a spoon that has holes in it. Slotted spoon so that it can, you love cheddar. Awesome, Barb. Hi, Barb. All right, now I'm going to take my sauce, put it in here, add my cheese, and then roll. So I'm rolling away, and then I'm kind of like pulling it towards the other one. So I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to just keep squishing them. There should be like fit 12. And then I should be able to fit 2, one this way, one on each, like not 2 side by side, but one here, maybe another one here. And then, excuse me, at the very end, once you have all this filled, then you're going to drizzle your enchilada sauce on the top of them and add cheese on the top. Miami Carrie, hello. Add cheese, enchilada sauce, and then you're going to bake it for 15 to 20 minutes till the cheese is melted. Ooh, awesome. That sounds good, Patricia. So that's all you do. Drizzle the rest. It could be the rest, or you could use what you want. Drizzle the rest of the enchilada sauce, add cheese on top, and then put it in the oven, and yum, yum, yum. It will be absolutely delicious. And then you serve up, when you serve it up, you serve 1 or 2 or 3, whatever people want. That's it. Hi, Deb. Have a wonderful night. I'm going to go finish doing this and then putting it in the oven. From my house, so any preparation that you do ahead of time is going to help you. Cutting up the onions, the peppers, the cabbage, the spinach. If you do that all ahead of time, and then all you have to do is cook it and then put it together, so much faster. And if you want to use my tortillas, my spinach tortillas, then you can do that ahead of time as well. All right, from my house to your kitchen, global flavors and healthy plates from around the world. Bye.